With a look at news for AM 1450 WDLB, I'm John Simonson. A former employee of the Norwood Health Care Center in Marshfield will be in court today to face charges that she was having sex with a patient who could not legally consent to the act. Courtney R. Brockman is facing charges of sexual assault after a Wood County deputy found her and the male patient in a bathroom at the Wood County Annex, located in the same complex as Norwood Health Center. Court documents say the deputy noticed someone in a stall in the women's restroom, which seemed suspicious because the lights were out. She asked if the woman was all right. She said she was and later came out of the stall. The deputy then noticed the man hiding in the bathroom and found he was a patient with a brain injury. Both Brockman and the man initially denied the relationship but later admitted to it. Electronic communications between the two were also discovered, including messages that showed plans for sex. After admitting to the encounters, Brockman told investigators she had been having problems with her fiancé and frequently talked with the patient about those issues. She added that the incident in recent months, the relationship had developed into something more. Brockman will be in court for an initial appearance on Monday. She faces up to 40 years in prison if found guilty. A Marshfield woman facing a homicide charge for selling fentanyl-laced heroin to a 22-year-old Spencer man entered a plea in Marathon County Court. According to court records, Cassandra Staub, who was already facing 8 drug-related charges when the incident occurred, sold the heroin to Thomas Bashinsky, which resulted in his death on January 31st of 2017. An autopsy determined that fentanyl was in his system. Staub entered a not guilty plea to the charges against her. No future court date has been set at this time. The body of a woman in her 30s was located on during a water search at Buchholz Park in Stevens Point Saturday afternoon, according to the Stevens Point Police Department. Her name is not being released at this time, pending family notification. The Stevens Point Police Department doesn't believe she is a local person. Stevens Point Police, Fire, and DNR, the Portage County Sheriff's Department, and volunteers from Dive Point Scuba were all involved in the search. According to the assistant chief with the Stevens Point Police Department, a group of teens saw a female jump in the water and did not resurface. They were looking for the female for about 2 hours. No foul play is suspected. A strong current in the Rock River complicated rescue attempts when a 27-year-old man's kayak capsized in the Rock River Sunday afternoon near Monterey Dam. The man's name wasn't released. Authorities say he was wearing a personal flotation device which helped keep him safe while they made several attempts to pull him to the shore. The Janesville Fire Department deployed a boat, and Janesville police used a drone in the rescue effort. The man was rescued, then treated and released from a nearby hospital. 2 people are dead after a weekend home explosion near Green Bay. Raymond Newpert with that story.
A home in the town of Oneida exploded just after 7:30 in the morning on Saturday. Police say 27-year-old Emily Tank was found dead at the scene. 65-year-old Ellen Weisler initially survived the explosion, but later died of his injuries at a hospital. The explosion is still under investigation, but officials say it may have been caused by a gas leak. Raymond Newpert, Wisconsin Radio Network.
A 60-year-old Green Bay man is charged with false imprisonment and disorderly conduct after an incident in which, in a retail store restroom, a girl says Richard Swatis followed the 13-year-old victim into the restroom, held out his hand and asked her to come in with him, telling her she was very pretty. The girl says she asked him to leave, but he blocked the door, so she ran into a stall and locked it while he was trying to push his way in. Store employees escorted him out of the bathroom. Schwatis told police that he had walked into the wrong restroom by mistake. A store employee was in one of the stalls during the incident and was able to confirm the girl's version of the events. Brown County officials have distributed 1,500 rat traps to residents to help them deal with a growing problem. People had to show proof of residency last weekend when they could receive up to 3 traps. The county is asking those who receive the rat traps to email the county every time a rat is killed. A tally will be kept so the extent of the problem can be measured and the need for another rat trap giveaway can be evaluated. UW Systems plan to merge its 13 two-year campuses with 7 of its 4-year universities has received approval from accreditation agency. Bob Haig with the story.
Accreditation, administrative oversight, and each individual institution's reporting structures will formally transfer over Sunday in the UW system's biggest shift since its inception by the legislature in 1971. System President Ray Cross presented the merger last fall. as a way to streamline efficiency, address declining student enrollment, and strengthen the pipeline from the 2-year campuses to 4-year universities. Bob Haig, Wisconsin Radio Network.
That's the latest from the WDLB Newsroom. I'm John Simonson reporting. Have a great day.